She's a funny old broad. She keeps you guessing.
Sorry, forgot to add myself to the stage. Oh well, let's build up the anticipation. Yeah, that's it. You know, somehow or another, I'm just not certain if that's straight. Is that straight now? Yeah, I think it's straight. Straight enough anyway. Well, listen, everybody. I'm getting ready to turn a banner on at the bottom. Thank you for liking and sharing. Would love to know your thoughts, so please be sure and comment. And also be sure to subscribe either to my Substack, where this will play, or my YouTube channel at Angela Durden. Just subscribe. And because I'll put the podcast there too, under podcasts. I have a playlist for podcasts. Um, and let me see what else. Oh, and Rumble, which I'm under the podcast section. And you might could look for me under my name, but I don't know how it's going to show up. Long story short, you can get it on Substack. You can get it on YouTube easily. We'll figure this Rumble thing out soon. Okay, look, we're going to talk about 3 things today. Tearing off my piece of paper on which I have my notes. The first one we're going to talk about is these tell-all books that are coming out. The next one is going to be called Brute Force on the Internet. And the third one will be Buckle Up. You know what? Let's start with Buckle Up. What is Buckle Up? It's actually Buckle Up for this one. Somebody reported this a couple of weeks ago, said a network of Instagram accounts is using AI to steal content from human creators and deep fake them, their personal photos and stuff, to make them look like they have Down syndrome. What is the point of this? What is the point? What's the point? There's no point. But I think that it's possible that, oh yeah, this was 404media.com. I think that's what it's called, 404 Media, that does a lot of reporting on these sorts of things. So I've mentioned them before. I'll try and put the link to their site on the show notes that will be below. If you're on YouTube, then it'll be in the little comments section, not comments, but the information section below the video. They've managed somehow to, as they make these changes and start accounts with those pictures and names and stuff like this, they're managing to link them all up under one major account somehow or another. And then they're able to reuse a lot of these things any which way they want and push narratives out and so forth. They also somehow or another are, I think y'all have heard of OnlyFans, the site where the pretty girls, well, the girls with a good body, and then whether their face is good or not doesn't matter, because they put on makeup and wigs and whatever to make them look even better. But they don't mind showing what the good Lord gave them, and in ways that the good Lord made men to like what the good Lord gave them. So, but they're doing it for money. They're doing it for whatever, ego, I don't know, but they can get kind of nasty. So this OnlyFans thing, there's been a couple of these girls on there who, I know one for certain, I think she was in Florida, killed her boyfriend because she had such a horrible temper. But that's neither here nor there. That's not what this thing is for. But AI generated Down syndrome accounts are popping up all over Instagram, and it's all AI all AI driven for the purpose of, which was the first one here, called brute force. There's a way to, everything's algorithm driven. The more clicks you like, the more likes that you get, the more subscriptions you have. The combination of those makes the platform, whichever platform it is, push it out there a little quicker. It makes it show up whether you pay to have it showed up or not. Well, have you ever wondered how it is that suddenly something is just filling up your feed? Or you're on YouTube and there's all these videos about stuff that you would never have thought to look for. Well, this is brute force situation. Let me read it to you. There are thousands of accounts posting thousands of what's called AI slop reels. And they're putting them on every social media platform. And what they said was that large parts of the SEO industry, what does SEO stand for? I know what it stands for. Y'all know what it stands for. Are pushing content up in searches and this sort of thing, even though they're fake. Even though they're fake. But because it serves the SEO engine the way the SEO engine likes to be served, they're showing up. So they're using this generative AI to brute force the internet into silencing real content. Real content is silenced or has to work super hard to get out past this brute force stuff. I know one woman who says, I can't figure out why, no matter what I do, I can't get my stuff out there. And we now know it's because it's a system out of control. So you've got these artificial intelligence bots being programmed to regenerate, find stuff, regenerate, find stuff, regenerate, push in a way that the SEO algorithms will respond to. Okay? Well, to me, that is the Googles and the YouTubes and the Facebooks and all these things. They should really get a handle on this. Social media should not, okay, these accounts are making money because they're showing up so much. And so who is programming them is making a ton of money. The internet is not made so that bots can talk to other bots. That's not what it's for. It's for humans to interact. The internet is not for a human to program something so that human generated content is pushed down. So, Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, OnlyFans, TikTok, and whatever other social media stuff out there. I don't care who you are. Get a handle on this crap, because here's what's going to happen. Humans are going to stop using it, and then y'all are just going to be paying money to some one guy sitting over in a room somewhere who's got his little thing going on there, man. He's got his machine all ramped up, and then where's the profit for you? What usefulness do you then have in existing? So if you're hearing this and you have an idea on how to rein in the search engine algorithms so that they now serve humans, now's your chance to take over the world, the internet world. Excuse me. Because you need to get this thing under control. When I go on, I remember the first time I needed a search engine, I didn't even know how to use it. You had to type in Boolean phrases to get what you wanted and to narrow it down. Otherwise, lots of stuff would come back. At the time, it was thousands. Then it got to be tens of thousands. Then it got to be hundreds of thousands. And then suddenly you didn't need Boolean phrases. You had Google to do it for you. They could figure it out and read your mind. And that worked great for a long time. It worked really good. And then this SEO thing. Gosh, what it means totally. And I know what it means. Search engine optimization. Hello. Search engine optimization. Well, it's not being optimized now, y'all. It isn't. I go to any search engine, any of them that I've used thus far. Of course, I don't know all of them. This is true. And if you know of some that work, put it in the comments. Send me a message. Do something like that. That doesn't follow you around. Look, I know DuckDuckGo says they don't follow you around. No, they may not follow you around, but what are they serving up? Same thing as Google. Same thing as Google. You ask the search engine bar there where it says, what do you want? You put in da-da-da-da-da, ding. What comes up now? What's the very first thing that comes up now? Every time chatbot or ChatGPT or AI says, and is answering this question for you. Do you really think I'm going to take AI's word for it? No. So then I have to scroll down through a bunch of other things that are all generated from AI. Because they say it. They say generated from AI. Till finally I get to what it is that looks like it might be something I can use. And then I don't even believe it until I research, follow other links, pull on my own information of historical things and see if it even makes sense. But I'm wasting. Why do I need you, Google? Why do I need you anymore? Or DuckDuckGo or whoever has these things. If all you're doing is serving up to me the pablum answer, the easy answer, the one that you just expect me to accept that answer, when in fact I'm just looking for the subject matter. I don't need to be told about it. I need to find out where I can find out about it. That's what I need. So it's just a big fat mess. But this brute force stuff is being used on social media and also through, you know how when you type in something to look for, or you go to a search engine, it'll say videos and images and stuff like that. It's generating all this kind of stuff. And you don't know, I care about copyright. I care about it. So I don't, unless I can track it down through something I trust, like Wikipedia does a really good job of managing the copyright, uh, the Creative Commons, what is available for Creative Commons, what you have to do to be able to use that photo. I like that. It tells me exactly what I need to know so that I can give credit where credit is due, or license the image and then use it as I need. That's Wikipedia. I also use iStock Photo. They do a great job of keeping track of the licensing of an image, and it might cost a little bit. It's not too bad at all, but they probably have thousands upon. I know they have thousands and thousands. They probably have a lot more than that. But these images are generated by real people who now offer them at this price for this bundle or whatever. I like that. I like to be able to put a person's name that did this image. I also have my license key from iStock Photo in the file name itself. So I've always got it. iStock Photo is doing a really good job of that. I just wonder how their business has been affected with people who are just randomly using stuff off the internet and don't know where it's coming from. It's just not fun. Not fun at all. But let's get back, shall we, to the best part of this thing. Ooh, do I look like Nancy Pelosi? When did you realize that Joe Biden wasn't all there? While he was running for president? Sometime before that? Day one after he was sworn in? When? You can just keep that to yourself. I don't need to know it. It doesn't matter. But I can tell you when we absolutely all knew was the first time he was on a stage and people laughed and he didn't know what they were doing. And this blank stare, because it was a blank stared, startled response. And that's when everybody with half a brain, which is most people, went, oh no, something's wrong with him. Then when he just started wandering off the stage, when he started pointing out dead people in the audience, when he started falling pretty regular for no good reason, when he started stumbling over his words, when he started just talking about his dead son, and you know what, the stories were different every time as to how he died. And we went, wait a minute, the last time he mentioned it, it was this way. And then people started looking it up. That's not how his son died. And yet, what happened? His vice president, his entire cabinet, the entire bureaucracy of the United States government, of the federal government, everywhere. Senators, House of Representatives, governors, other politicians that had to deal with them, the FBI, the DOJ, the CIA, NIH, Department of Education. Okay? Everybody. Everybody knew that he had dementia and he didn't know what the hell was going on. And when they were asked about it, every single one of them lied to our faces. Oh, he's as sharp as ever. What was that, Corinne Jean-Pierre? What they call her, binder? Because she had that huge binder. Binder. She says, he's as sharp as ever. It's all I can do to keep up with him. When we're in meetings, he goes, what about you? Did you get this? He remembers things that we have forgotten. Oh, he's so awesome and wonderful. Secret Service agents all knew. All knew. And of course, they couldn't, well, they did, but they shouldn't. As soon as that first Trump debate with Biden, and when he said something and Trump went, I don't know what he said, and I don't think he knows what he said either. That's when we all just said, what is he doing there? And then Kamala lying through those pearly white teeth of hers. It's got a mouthful of pearly white teeth, and she smiled and she cackled and she said, oh, he's perfectly wonderful and fine. I just think he was blah, 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 la, 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 la. then, of course, she became the candidate. She lost. There's Trump. He's in office. So what do we have? We have people who worked on his staff, in the government, and what do you call these things? Journalists that were out and about and were reporting on things, who every single one of them said he was fine, and us who knew he wasn't, we were the nutsy ones, but we weren't. These people are now writing books, and they're called tell-all books. And oh, the radio and TV shows, they're just lit up with talking about these books. Guess who is not going to be buying one of them? Me. Why? Because what is the purpose of these books? To show that, I knew that this was the case, but nobody would listen to me. Bull crap. There's film, there's sound bites of these people saying to the public that Biden was fine, and it was all in our imagination that he had this problem. And they want me to pay them money so that they can try to rehabilitate their careers or their reputations. They are liars. No matter how they spin it now, they are liars. They were liars for years. They're still lying. They might be telling the truth that they knew. Well, yeah, we knew they knew. Why do I need to pay them money to find out what I already know? Look, save your money. Don't buy any of these books. Just don't buy them. We already know the rot went to the core. There's been plenty of people who have testified to these effects that were victims of these very journalists and staff people and members of the judiciary, the law and order side of things. They already knew it and were punished for it. Why do we need to spend money on these books? Let all the libraries in the land buy a copy and put it on their shelf. And you can go to the library and you can check it out if you want to read it, but don't spend another dime on it. It's not right. When you purchase that book, these books, you are rewarding bad behavior. Now, this is some major dating advice I'm giving here. It has always been my practice when I go out dancing that when a man asks me to dance, I'll accept until he exhibits bad behavior. And then I don't reward him with a dance anymore. I've walked off the dance floor, made some people mad. Did I care? No. Did they care? Yes. Because you see, the dance was all about them. How did they look? How awesome did I think they were? Well, you know what? I didn't think they were so awesome because look how crappy they acted towards me when I didn't meet their expectations that, by the way, I didn't know existed. Same way with these authors. They are the bad guy on the dance floor asking you to take a spin. And then they'll stomp your toes and blame you for it. Well, if you hadn't put your feet there, it wouldn't have stomped them. Oh, yeah, that's been said to me before. Oh, goodness gracious. Anyway, those are the 3 things I'm covering today. I wonder what kind of title I'm going to put on this. brute force, comma, tell all, comma, and buckle up. That'll be it. That'll be a good one. Well, listen, you guys, I'm going to say goodbye, and we're going to end this recording, and we'll be back another day. Thank you. Oh, and don't forget, subscribe. If you want to donate a little cup of coffee here, there, and yonder, that works.
She treats you right.